Hi, good morning, friends. So today we are going to do a science experiment to learn more about how plants, flowers, and trees get the water from their roots up to their leaves and their flowers. So first, let's start off by looking at what we're going to need today. You will need some water. It depends if you want to use more than one plant, then you'll need 2 or 3 glasses of water. If you just have one type of plant, you can have 1 glass of water. The 3 plants I will be using are, I found a flower outside. If you're using a flower, make sure it's white for this experiment to work correctly. We also have some celery. Want to make sure it's not just the stem, that you have some celery with the leaves intact on the top. And I have some a leaf of romaine lettuce. So you need that, and then you'll also need some food coloring. The best colors to use are red, blue, or you can use red and blue together to make what color, friends? That's right, purple. Okay, and for the last material, this is something you'll need mom or dad's help with. You will need a sharp knife, and ask mom or dad to take the sharp knife, and we're going to cut off a little bit of the end of each of our plants on a diagonal. So I'm going to start by doing that. Okay, so there's my lettuce, and then once it's cut, you can put it in the water. I'm now going to cut off the end of my flower. Okay, put that in some water. And then I have 2 stalks of celery. I'm going to chop off the ends of these. Okay, and there we go. So, my plants. Let's talk about what we know before we make a hypothesis. What do we know about plants? Well, let's look. Here's the parts of the tree. We have the leaves, the seeds, the branches, the trunk, the roots, the outer part of the bark. This is a cork tree, so there's cork on the outside. The inner part is called the phylum, and this helps to carry the food from the leaves to the other parts of the tree. There's the cambium, that's the layer that forms new wood. And then the last part that we're going to focus on today is called the xylem. So I'm going to take this down so you can see it up close. The xylem is this tube that's running through the tree. You also have a xylem in any other kind of plant or flower that you might have. Now the xylem acts like a drinking straw. So what happens with all plants as part of the water cycle is all day, as they're drinking water and getting sunlight, the water from the leaves is getting pulled out and evaporating up into the air. Okay? Now, if you think about when you use a drinking straw, you take a sip, and when you put your mouth on the top, the action of you sucking would bring the water from the bottom of your glass up to your lips. Well, as the water is evaporating from the leaves, the xylem is acting like a straw and bringing the water all the way from the roots up to the plant, tree, or flower's leaves and the petals. So now that we know that, we're going to make a hypothesis, okay? And I want you to write yours down, okay? This experiment's not going to work right away, but we do want to make a hypothesis. So here's our hypothesis. Here's the starter. When a plant or flower drinks colored water, it will. So what do you think will happen when your plant or flower, or if you had a tree that drank colored water, what do you think would happen to it? Okay, so I want you to think about what we just learned about how a plant or flower gets its water from the roots up to the leaves. And I want you to think about what you think will happen when it drinks colored water, okay? Now, we are going to set up our experiment. It's going to take 1 or 2 days for you to see a difference. So we'll set it up first, and then we'll talk about what you can do in the meantime. So I'm going to take, I said I want to make purple, so I need what color is red? That's right. So I'm going to put 3 drops of red. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, this is my doggy here. He's very curious. These are not to eat doggy. 1, 2, 3. I'll hold this up so you can see, because I don't think you can see over Augie the doggy. But I'm putting some red first. 3 drops of red in my lettuce, in my flour. Boy, if you have a doggy at home, he's not trying to eat your experiment. I'm going to have to put mine out of reach when I'm done. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have my red. Now I'm going to add my blue to make it purple. It's looking nice and dark and colorful. If you don't have red or blue, I guess the colors to avoid are green, probably yellow, so I'm putting some blue in now. Okay, this will turn it purple as it mixes together. Maybe I'll use my plant to mix it up a little bit. Okay, and so now it's a nice, deep, dark purple color. Okay, so let's look, and what you can do at home is you can either take a photo or you can draw a picture of what your plants look like now. We can make our own little journal. So we have a hypothesis where you've decided what you think is going to happen as a result of the experiment. But now let's draw a picture. So here's my glass with my water, okay? So I don't have purple, so I'm going to pretend my water is blue. And what does my plant look like? Here's my lettuce. Well, my lettuce is nice and green, right? Water might be blue or purple or red. Okay. A little thicker because it's celery, right? Okay, so I have my lettuce. Now I could do my flour. Okay. Again, I want to make sure I show my colored water. And my stem is green, right? Okay, but I have a white flower, so I'm going to use my black to make my little white flower here, okay? Okay, so there we go. That's white. And then my last plant, I have my lettuce plant with my colored water. And that is what color, friends? That's right, it's nice and green. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. So what I want you to do is I want you to go back tomorrow and see if it looks any different and draw a picture of it. And then you might need to go even a second day and see how it looks until you get a result. And then when you get a result, you can tell us, share your results with us, with your class on Parent Square, and you can tell us whether or not your hypothesis that you formed was correct on what happened to your plant or your flower. Okay? So that's all for today. Bye.